We start here in the UK on an issue that's divided the country over the last few decades. Every adult will need a new government-issued digital ID to prove they live and can work here. Well, and the plans to be announced by the Prime Minister on Friday. The move is part of efforts to crack down on illegal working. Most European countries already require their citizens to hold ID cards, but the UK has long resisted, with concerns over civil rights and privacy issues. Here's our political correspondent, Ian Watson.
ID cards are not a new idea. They were compulsory during the war and not abolished until 1952. The idea was revived in 2005 by Tony Blair's government.
Look into the mirror.
The then Home Secretary was seeing how these biometric cards would work. They were supposed to tackle illegal working and establish entitlement to public services, but the scheme faced technical challenges and political opposition and hadn't been implemented by the time of the 2010 election, when the Conservative Lib Dem coalition scrapped them. And now the idea has been revived under this Labour government. Ministers have been looking at a digital ID scheme in Estonia in Eastern Europe, which is used to access public services. And they believe that attitudes towards ID cards have softened as concerns about illegal immigration have risen. The government's direction of travel has been clear for some time. Earlier this month, Keir Starmer told the BBC why he thought they were a good idea.
I'm determined to stop people making that crossing across the channel and to get people out of our hotels. And therefore I am looking at ID cards or digital ID, because we do need to look at the pull factors.
The Prime Minister believes this is an important weapon in his armoury to tackle illegal immigration, but his idea is creating clear blue water between government and opposition.
Keir Starmer scrapped the Rwanda removals plan without having any other plan in place. He said he was going to smash the gangs. He hasn't done that. Digital ID cards is not going to smash the gangs or stop the boats.
I fear this is a bit like what they tried to do before, where it's authoritarian, where it's centralised, where it's controlled by the state, and we should oppose that like we did before.
And there are practical questions. If digital ID requires a phone or computer, what happens if you don't have one? The government says it will consult on the details, so don't expect to have to prove your identity online just yet. Ian Watson, BBC News.
Well, let's go live to Westminster. Our political correspondent David Cornock is standing by for us. Hi, David. So this isn't going to be straightforward, is it?
No, it's not. There are, as Ian said, lots of practical questions, difficulties of persuading people that they need this sort of digital ID. Keir Starmer believes that the arguments have changed since 2005, when the Tony Blair Labour government tried to introduce ID cards. He thinks that psychologically people have moved on, that people are comfortable with having lots of digital ID for their daily life. But you heard there that he's clearly linking this policy with the whole question of small boats, because he believes it's too easy for people to come to the UK and then disappear into the environment and work illegally. But big questions about the arguments over civil liberties, and certainly there are some on the left as well as those on the right who are very unhappy with this policy initiative.
And is the calculation here that immigration right now is a big enough issue to take this risk? Because, of course, Downing Street will have realised that there will be plenty of opposition to this.
Yeah, I think that's certainly a part of it. And the government wants to be seen to be tackling small boats. It's not succeeded in stopping those crossings this year. It's had limited success with a deal with France, a one-in, one-out deal. But overall, if you look at the opinion polls, if you look at the rise of Reform UK, you can see that immigration has soared as a political issue of concern to voters. And I think in a speech tomorrow, we will hear more from Keir Starmer talking about the need to listen to people's concerns about immigration. And he clearly thinks that a digital ID pass is part of reassuring people that the government is actually tackling something that matters to a lot of them.